It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. In today's video, titled The Combo Dream and Confirmations, I will be sharing a dream and the two messages that I received from this dream, and I will share linking connections to previous videos as it relates to XRP, USTC, LUNC, and Shiba Inu. Before we get into the video, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that I'm sharing is financial advice. I am simply sharing dreams, visions, and interpretations that I feel God has given me as it relates to crypto. Now, let's get into the video. So I want to begin by basically sharing the two dreams. One dream was the trash truck dream that I had on May 2nd, 2024. And the second dream I had on June 30th, 2024, and this was about the pom-pom balls. Moving forward, on August the 12th, I had a dream that I'm calling the combo dream. And in this dream, I remember seeing white, blue, and yellow, just as I did in the previous dream. And I remember seeing a trash truck and understanding something about a trash truck. I woke up from this dream the first time and I could not remember what it was about. All I knew was that I remember seeing the trash truck and the pom-poms. I went back to sleep. I had the dream a second time and a third time. And each time I woke up from this dream, I wasn't able to remember what it was about. But each time it seemed as if I remember in the dream trying to coach myself and say, okay, you need to remember what you're dreaming about. And the more I tried in the dream, the less I remembered when I woke up. And all I knew was that I had a dream about something to do with these three colored pom-pom balls and something to do with a trash truck. The fourth time that I woke up from this dream, I heard two messages in my ear. And these are the two messages. A, the U.S. is getting ready to go through a storm unlike no other. And I understood this message to be connected to time and date. The second message, B, we are about to go through something seen but unseen. And I understood that this message was connected to the three balls and the trash truck. When it comes to seen but unseen, yeah, of course, I've had these dreams. I've dreamed about the pom-pom bowl, the pom-poms in the white styrofoam bowl. I've dreamed about Sister Sharon inquiring of me about a trash truck and the moon being out and all that. And so, yes, this is all seen but unseen. Moving on to the storm like no other, I've had a storm dream, and I've shared that in this video. And I've shared it in this particular video, a storm of economic shocks. But as this storm of economic shocks connects to time and date, I also had a dream on August the 8th and another dream on August the 9th that has to do with past and future dates. And I'm not going to share that right now, but I will give you the dates that I saw. I saw March the 14th, 2022 as I was waking up. And in the dream, I saw the year ranging from, it was written this way, 2035 through 2065. Again, I will come back and share this particular dream, past and future, on a different date, if and when God permits. And the reason why I'm wanting to wait is because there's more that God is revealing. I feel that there's a bigger revelation to this, and it connects to the pom-pom balls and what God has been showing me over the past few months about how this all ties in together. So I'm trying to understand why God is showing me these past and future dates. I'm trying to understand why He's giving me this combo dream of the trash truck and these pom-pom balls and the messages, seen but unseen. A storm is coming, and it has to do with time and date. And to add to all this, I had a dream on August the 18th, a few days after having these two dreams. And this made 1 year and 1 day since my very first market crash dream. I had this dream about these eggs, 2 blue eggs, 1 yellow, and 1 red. And what comes to mind is seen but unseen. I've seen these colors before, where in my first market crash dream, I saw red, I saw blue, yellow, and white. The only thing that's missing in this new dream is the color green. I see no green. The white would be the rectangle outlining that went around these eggs. The only difference is I'm now seeing 2 blues versus the 1 that I saw in the market crash dream. Another thing that sets us apart is that this new dream did not have anything to do with a market crash. seen but unseen. And so now God has me thinking, and I'm like, okay, God, is this connected to the market crash? Is it not connected to the market crash? Seen but unseen. I've seen these colors before. Now, to break these eggs apart and to try to explain the revelation that God has given me and the new revelation that He's given me, I want to go back and reference this video. And in this video, I talked about the blue moon, and I talked about how I connected that to this dream, being that there were two scenarios that would determine when a blue moon will occur. And you would have to go back and watch this video to see how all of this connects to XRP, connects to a chemical man prophecy, as well as bringing in confirmation to me to XRP taking off in a short period of time. So to sum it up, XRP is being represented by these two blue eggs as it relates to the blue moon and the two scenarios that determines a blue moon. And again, it's all in that video. As for the yellow and red eggs, I also mentioned the flower moon and the connection that I saw as far as the colors with Shiba Inu, MasterCard, and China. And I shared in the past how I thought these colors represented Shiba Inu, MasterCard, and China, but I wasn't quite sure which one, if it was all of them. And at this point, I feel that it represents all of them. And in this video, I shared how XRP and MasterCard was connected. And all of this revelation was based on previous dreams that I had about these particular colors as it connects to the market crash. Moving forward, I shared a dream in a video that was titled The Race to the Top. And this particular video was about LUNC and USTC. And I shared in this video how I saw price movement for two different coins on one single chart, and how the two sets of candles seem as if they were racing towards the top. By the end of this dream, I saw that the candles turned blue for both sets, and they begin to move in ways that we normally don't see a chart or candles move. And all of this was done at a very fast pace. Seen but unseen. I've seen two sets of blue candles in a dream moving at incredible speeds. And now God has given me a dream about two blue eggs. I feel that both of these dreams are connected for this reason. And before moving on, I want to pause here because in that LUNC and USTC video, I shared another LUNC dream that I had the next day. And in this dream, I saw 4 plates, and each plate had the LUNC logo on it. And I remember seeing arrows pointing towards the green candles. And these green candle setups were the exact same setup as it was in the first LUNC and USTC dream. However, there were 3 arrows as opposed to 4 arrows, and I couldn't understand what it meant. What do these arrows mean? Well, I had someone to share with me that they felt that this represented tithing and giving, meaning that 75% the profit that I received from LUNC can be distributed back in or reinvested in. However, 25% of that needs to be used for tithing and giving. So Pauline, thank you again for sharing that. It really resonated with me. My spirit agreed. And although we had already set aside our plans for giving, when God gives us something specific as to how much to give versus what we think, because God always knows best, then we need to stick to what God is saying. Things just end better when you do it like God says to do it. Okay, now I want to share this dream that I have not shared before. I had this dream on August 23rd, and I'm just simply calling it burnt orange candles and haptic sound. Haptic sound. So basically, there's some type of setting that you can probably turn on and turn off on your cell phone. But when you are scrolling on your phone and you touch your screen and you scroll, and that ticking sound, as it's moving, as your screen is moving, when you are on your phone and you're scrolling really hard and the screen is basically moving very fast, you hear that fast sound that it makes, and then as it's slowing down, that haptic sound begins to slow down. You hear it slowing down. And I think sometimes you can even feel it, the vibrations of the sound. It's been so long since I've had that feature turned on my phone. I can't quite remember if you can feel it or not. But basically that's what this dream is about. And so in this dream, I saw a burnt orange candle, and this candle was moving up extremely fast. I mean, large jumps up. It would have some pullback, but very minor. And when I say large jumps up, I mean it would go up $20 and $30 at a time, and then it would pull back maybe $5 or $6, and then it would do the same thing again. And so in this dream, I was able to hear and feel the sound of this candle as it was moving. And based on the sound alone, I could tell when it was about to take off and when it was slowing down to do a pullback. I could literally feel the speed of the candle and the movement of it through my phone. And I remember being excited, but I was also confused. I was confused because the app looked unfamiliar and I didn't know how to get to the sales screen. And so I remember hitting the back button twice, and each time I hit the back button, a screen that looked like ads came up. And so finally I understood in the dream, after backing up twice, this would allow me to get to what was supposed to be a sales screen. And so in this dream, I felt frustrated because I was getting my sales, but not at the peak, because each time I had to go back 2 screens and go through those ads, I was not able to sell where I wanted to sell. I do not remember manually putting in an order. I just remember backing up 2 screens, and then that equated to me making a sale. And so after a while, I got an idea, and that was to listen and feel for the speed of a candle. And when I did that, I was able to make my way to the sales screen whenever I started to hear it slow down, as if it was slowing down to come to a pullback, or if I heard and felt it speed up but begin to slow down, I knew that it was approaching the peak. And by using the sound and the feel of my phone, I was able to make my way through 2 screens, sell at the peak, and I wasn't frustrated anymore. I woke up from this dream and was like, what chart was I looking at? What coin is going to be moving this fast and making these huge leaps and small pullbacks? For whatever reason in the dream, I felt that I was on the Robinhood app. And my first thoughts was that Robinhood, they play too much sometimes. And I've witnessed during the time when Japan had their market crash, and the next day I was getting ready to sell because I needed to sell. Robinhood put in a second screen to where when you hit sell, it would take you to this gray screen and it would ask you, are you sure you want to XYZ? That's not a normal thing whenever you go to sell on Robinhood. It's simply you swipe, it takes you to the screen, you put in whatever you want to do as far as your contracts or shares, and then you sell. This particular day, they threw in an extra screen. I can't even talk. And so this frustrated me simply because I was ready to sell at the peak, or what I felt to be my peak exit. And now I couldn't do that as fast as I wanted to, simply because there was a extra screen and I was confused as to why and what is it talking about. I had to stop and read it because it was new. Well, as the day went on and the markets began to stabilize, I went to just kind of attempt to do a sale, and I never saw that screen from that day to this one, or from that moment to this one. So I believe that they put that in there to throw people off. And also they put that in there because if you just go fast and you don't read, you're selling at a way lower price than what you actually have as far as gains. And so that's the way they trick, trap, and frustrate you, as some people would say, or as someone would say. And it is very frustrating when you're trying to make a sale and they're throwing in new stuff in the spare of the moment, when you have to stop and read, and now you're frustrated and you're missing all of your peak sales. And now when you're up $1,000, you're looking and now you're just, you're down. And so that's what this dream reminded me of, because that had recently happened to me. I said all that to say that I believe that there's something that has to do with selling at the peak, where there's going to be something that's going to cause frustration. And so, yes, we know to put in our sell limit orders, to go ahead and do that, so we won't have to deal with figuring out how to sell, how I can't get out fast enough, I'm not selling at the top, and I'm losing the majority of my gains. So my first thoughts were that on some of these crypto platforms, this could be a heads up that there may be extra screens or things that you may have to go through if you don't have your sale orders put in, that they're going to allow you to do, or a certain gray box pop up where you have to read and figure out, how to sell, or they may change some things up last minute to frustrate people and to cause them to sell at the bottom or not at the peak. So that was my initial thought about this dream. But I still did not know what chart this was. And so as I began to pray about it, I thought about Bitcoin. Is this Bitcoin? And then I remember Matt Price just shared recently a dream about an orange candle. And when he said that, my husband and I looked at each other and was like, oh, and I want to say he said it was Bitcoin. And so I was kind of like, well, is that confirmation that this dream about the burnt orange candle and the haptic sound, is that Bitcoin? And it didn't really sit right with me as far as that being, it. And so I decided to just pray on it some more and kind of see what was what. Well, today I put out a video about Palestine and war, and someone in the comment section asked a good question. They asked, is it possible that this October 17th date that God has been showing me, is that possibly a date for when Shiba Inu is going to take off? Now, in my reply, I said to them that, can God do both of these in one day? And the answer is yes. God can do whatever he wants to do. He can, run Shiba Inu up, and he can shut the markets down all in the same day. So is it possible? Yes. But all I can speak on is the fact that he's shown me, and I've heard the words market crash as it relates to these two colors of yellow and red. And why am I bringing up yellow and red? Because the burnt orange, yellow and red, will give you that orange. It reminds me of that flower moon. And so I was connecting these two colors to make the burnt orange color because of previous dreams, previous revelations that God has given me. However, these two colors, so far, I understood them to be connected to the market crash. But in this dream, I'm seeing a burnt orange candle moving up extremely fast, making big leaps. I mean, just really moving, and I can feel it and I can hear it. And this thing was moving. It was really, really moving. And so now I'm thinking to myself, God, you've given me two dreams about fast moving candles. One dream, I concluded that it was LUNC and USTC. In this dream, this orange candle, I don't know what chart this is, but I'm trusting and believing that you're going to give me an understanding. So after this person mentioned, is it possible that this could be something about Shiba Inu going up on October 17th? And I just, really explained that the only thing that I've heard as far as these colors and Shiba Inu is market crash. And I got to thinking about it as it relates to this dream about the burnt orange candle. Oh my goodness, God, are you showing me this fast moving orange candle? Is this Shiba Inu? Simply because of the combination of the colors that makes the candle orange, because there is no orange candle. Candles are either, red or green. And so here it is again that I have this weird color, like in the LUNC dream, I had the blue candles, went from green to blue. And now in this dream, I have an orange candle. And so my only thought now is, okay, God, are you showing me, and this is what I'm praying about right now, God, was this dream about Shiba Inu? So the person who made that comment in the comment section tonight about October 17th, this triggered for whatever reason, it triggered my thought about this haptic burnt orange, this dream, and my mind went to Shiba Inu. So my wheels are turning. I'm still praying about it. But at this point in time, the question that I'm asking God is, are you showing me that this burnt orange candle represented the Shiba Inu chart, and it's getting ready to move extremely fast? The only thing that makes it questionable is the fact that it was moving up like $20 and $30 at a time, and it was backing up $6 and then moving up $20 and $30 at a time. And so I have not received a revelation or a dream about the price of where Shiba Inu is going. So I can't say what God is and is not going to do, because he hadn't shared any of that with me. The only thing he shared with me as far as connected with Shiba Inu are the colors of yellow and red. That's all I got. And so this is where everything stands as it relates to this dream, this new dream about these eggs. Two blue eggs represented LUNC and USTC. And of course, the Sturgeon Moon event that took place. And again, all that's in the XRP video that I put out with Kim Clement and talking about my very first XRP dream and God showing me XRP is going to take off in a short period of time. So these two blue eggs are connected to LUNC, USTC, and XRP. And as far as the yellow and red goes, right now I'm praying about it representing Shiba Inu. Now, why was Robinhood in my dream? Well, I hope and pray that nobody's on Robinhood buying crypto. Okay, and so from here, I begin to look, well, it's LUNC on Robinhood. No, I don't think you can buy LUNC on Robinhood. It's USTC on Robinhood. Nope, you cannot buy USTC on Robinhood. Can you buy Shiba Inu on Robinhood? Yes, you can. And so I don't know if this is a warning for those who are on Robinhood and they're trying to buy Shiba Inu. It's probably not a good idea. If so, or if this is just confirmation that this could be about Shiba Inu, this orange candle, simply because you can buy it on Robinhood. And if you can buy it on Robinhood, and if it's moving the way I saw it moving in my dream, or moving up at a nice pace or at a good price at all, you're going to run into some problems on Robinhood trying to sell. So I would advise you wholeheartedly to try a different platform. I know all platforms are a little bit questionable, but not Robinhood. Not Robinhood. So again, the blue moon, the two scenarios for having a blue moon, I connected that to XRP. I connected that to LUNC and USTC based on dreams and all of the connections that God has given me as far as XRP. And then lastly, the flower moon and the colors of yellow and red, I've connected that, or I'm trying to connect that, trying to see if that connects to Shiba Inu. And the final topic that I want to talk about is confirmation. Although a person may be a dreamer or God may speak to them in whatever way, sometimes, we still need confirmation. We still take things to the Lord and say, God, you've seen this. You've given me a dream, or you've given me a prophetic word, or you've given me something. And I feel like God still understands that we need confirmation as well. Our faith we need to be moving from faith to faith in all of this. And so as a person that is a dreamer, and sometimes God gives me things in the moment when I'm awake. And when I have these moments, of course, they build my faith. And so I'm calling this final part of the video confirmation. And this happened on September the 6th. So really quickly, again, the blue moon event happened on August the 19th, which was the day after I had the blue egg dreams. I shared in this particular video how the sturgeon fish is connected to the blue moon, and how in the definition of what a sturgeon fish was, they used the word elongate. And as I was looking at that, not even paying any attention, I happened to glance and I saw the name Elon. Again, you have to go back and watch this video about XRP and all of that to see what I'm talking about. So this fish is important as it relates to this confirmation. And then finally, I talked about the idiom that people use once in a blue moon, meaning that something is rare. And so what I was concluding about this in XRP is that God is saying that this investment in XRP and what's going to happen with XRP is going to be something that happens once in a blue moon. This is not an everyday type of investment when it comes to XRP. So let's get in it now. Let's hold what we need to hold and watch God do what God is going to do. So once in a blue moon, meaning rarely or infrequently. So once in a blue moon. So my in-laws were in town, and we decided that we would go out to eat for breakfast. And so as we went out to eat for breakfast, we're sitting at the table, and my kids are getting very antsy. And so my husband decides that he's going to pull out a few pennies and he was going to spin them on the table. Well, the girls got a kick out of it. They wanted to learn how to spin it. And so his mom and dad are sitting across the table from us. And so his dad tries to do it, and he was having a hard time spinning it. And so his mama decides that she would take a stab at it. And so here I am sitting at the table. I'm thinking about the dream. I'm thinking about the blue moon. I'm thinking about the sturgeon fish. I'm thinking about all these numbers and dates and times. And I didn't spend the entire time thinking about that. I was, talking and socializing, all that kind of thing. But from the time we walked into that restaurant for breakfast, I had this heavily on my mind because I really wanted to understand what God was showing me. Is there anything else? Is there more revelation? Is there more to the timeline? What is all of this? And so as I'm sitting there, I realized that this diner is decorated with a lot of fish. And so as I'm sitting here thinking about the sturgeon fish and the blue moon, I look up on the wall and I see this blue fish. Now, it may not be a sturgeon fish. Of course, I don't know my fish like that. But what I can say is that me looking up in the moment that I was thinking about this blue moon and all of the research and all of that, it just kind of became confirmation to me that you're on the right track as far as you're thinking about this dream is connections to XRP. Just continue on what you're doing. And so his mom, she's at the table, she's spinning the penny, and she says, I can only get it every blue moon. And I look at her like, what did you just say? Did you just say blue moon? And I'm sitting here at the table thinking about a blue moon. And she says, I can only spin it every blue moon. And so I had to write it down real quick. So later that night, we went out to eat. And I'm just going to call this dinner talk about dumplings. And so we're eating. We're almost done. We're at Olive Garden. And his dad, my husband, asked his dad, do you eat chicken and dumplings? And his daddy said, yeah, I eat it every blue moon. And I look and I was like, are you serious? This is the second time I heard that. And then his mom immediately chimed in and she said, well, I cook it every blue moon. And so from there, I said, okay, God, this is 3 times in one day. I'm hearing the word blue moon when I'm thinking about this. And so I wrote it down real fast, and it's things like that that helps me to understand and just build my faith in the fact that God is really speaking. He's really giving me these revelations. And so if no one else receives it, I'm receiving it for myself. And so I thank God and I praise God for moments like this when it's not a dream. I'm actually awake and these things are happening. And I'm literally sitting, right in the car all day. I've been praying about this, thinking about it. And God's letting me know, I hear your prayers and I see, your faith in the fact that what I'm sharing with you, you have faith in that. And so as I'm thinking back over, the 2 blue eggs, the yellow and the red, and I'm thinking about XRP, and I'm thinking about USTC and LUNC and the burnt orange candle. At the time that I was having this moment with the blue moon, I didn't have an understanding about Shiba Inu possibly being that candle that I saw in that haptic dream. And now that I can kind of see it, I'm praying about that. And I'm also praying about the seen but unseen. God, are you showing me another timeline? You show me one timeline. Are you showing me another timeline? And is this timeline, does it have anything to do with a bull run and beyond? And the reason why I say beyond is because of the past and future dream that I had, meaning that all of this that God is doing, we know it's for the church. We know it's for us to do the work that he's calling for in these last days. And it's going to take time. It's going to take money to do all these things. And that's why I say beyond, because the dates that I saw puts us well beyond where we are right now. And we don't know the conditions and how the world is going to be during that time. And so God has put us in a place where we're able to receive something from him to prepare for the beyond. And yes, it starts with a market crash. And then God is, are you showing that it's going to continue with the bull run? I do believe that there's going to definitely be a bull run. And so I don't know if God is setting me up for a timeline. I don't know. I'm still praying about that as well. That is all I have for this video. Be prayerful, be encouraged, and until the next one, God bless.